Don, I'm going to have you introduce yourself. Don is Don Lewis Barnhart. His resume reads like a who's who in Hollywood. His latest book is The Sweet Talkers. Don, why don't you give us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a coal miner.
You're a coal miner.
Yeah.
Not the daughter.
No, I don't know how I got into the business, to tell you the truth. I mean, seriously, I had no aspirations to become a director, a writer, or anything. I mean, I just kind of went along with what was happening at that particular time in my life. I worked, going way, way, way back, I worked with Sinatra, and Sammy Davis Jr. used to bum cigarettes off of me because he liked the brand I was smoking. And, you know, I hung out with those guys, but I was a punk. Don't get me wrong, I was not socially, you know, with these folks. I was a punk. But I did work my way through that period of time and ended up as a disc jockey in the 60s, working, you know, various stations. And I realized that I didn't have the talent to get to a #1 spot in LA radio.
Okay.
So I wrote a book about it called The Sweet Talkers. And the Sweet Talker is the disc jockey who's trying to manipulate his listeners to go on to buy the products and whatever, but it's a funny, laugh out loud, I hope, book kind of exposing the interacting of sleazy radio.
Oh, okay.
It's got a, and it's funny, it's got a, you know, kick to it. But then I got, you know, before that, before writing this particular novel, I started, I was assistant director. I worked on General Hospital as a stage manager, and Sonny and Cher, and tons of others. And finally, there was an opening on Benson with Robert Guillaume, and I got a job as a director on that show, and went over to, when the show was ended, I took the tape and went over to Mork Mindy. And Gary Marshall, who was a big shot of his own self, told me beforehand, he said, if you get yourself a job and you bring me the tape, I will hire you. I will give you a job. Well, I thought it was all BS. And I came back to him after the Benson episode and handed it to him, and he said, okay. And they maneuvered me back on Mork Mindy, and I worked there. I was on that show for 4 years, and I ended up directing a few at the end, and I think I'm the only director that I know of that has directed Robin Williams and Jonathan Winters at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Now
that had to be fun.
Well, not only was it fun, it was a kick in the pants, but you got to understand you're not really directing them. You don't direct.
They're directing you.
Well, kinda, yeah. You know, I mean, a lot of times I went home and wept.
Wow.
But they were nice, and it worked out fine, and you know. And then I worked on Saved by the Bell for 8 seasons, and
yeah, you're actually on Wikipedia for that, you know.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
It sure
Wikipedia.
Oh yeah.
Is that a name of a car? I have no idea. I have no idea what that is.
Don, we're going to have to update you on the internet.
Okay, go ahead.